Hello everyone. So this one's for Wednesday, August 27th, 2025. Mr. I'm not a dictator. Didn't he say he was only going to be a dictator for one day? On day one. Didn't he say that? He forgets what he said, doesn't he? Always forgets. Okay, Wednesday, right there. Yeah, okay. So with the King of Swords reversed, coming in for the forces in motion for the whole day, this could be an untrustworthy doctor. When we're in the realm of health, this is kidneys and the nervous system. When it's reversed, it's an imbalance within the kidneys and the nervous system. Also, blood sugar troubles, possible diabetes. Okay. When it comes to the King, oh my goodness, King of Cups, when it comes to health, this is the digestive area. So this is a big challenge, is his stomach, digesting his terrible diet. And other than that, this can be somebody who, well, it can be an addict, that's for darn sure. Right? I mean, that's easy to see because it's the emotional body needing something, or they think they need it, cravings and things like that. So, but it can also be a doctor that's not trustworthy. And, but I think for him, honestly, I think we've got the doctor here. And if this is a doctor, this doctor doesn't really care about him at all. And, but this could be just him being the fact that he's so unstable emotionally. The fact that he's just so immature. And he's an addict. Whoa. Okay, well, we do have that eclipse coming up September 7th. And that's the full moon lunar eclipse. And then we have this new moon solar eclipse on the 21st. But anyway, first thing in the morning, whatever time that is for him, with the Eight of Cups, because it's ruled by Saturn in Pisces, this is probably some exhaustion going on. It definitely rules the lymphatic system because, Pisces, and then Saturn brings in some constriction. There could be like some nodules going on. But anyway, his lymphatic system isn't flowing. There's possible tumors. And this is another card for addictions. Could be possibly something with the skeletal system, so that would include, joints and muscles, all of that. And then well, you know what? With the addictions and the imbalances, I'm going to clock this one. Well, I'll just let you know both. So, because you're learning, we're all learning the meaning. So, this one is migraines and headaches when it comes to health. This could also be hot flashes. This could also be tripping up or down steps. I doubt he's climbing any ladders, but possible obsessive compulsive disorder going on. We know he's got that, right? Okay, then midday, whatever time that is for him, with the Queen of Pentacles, I have a feeling that this is Melania. Now, it could also be Ghislaine Maxwell. She's a Capricorn. It could also be Susie Wiles because she's a Taurus. It could also be Caroline Levitt because she's a Virgo. Any of those women could be the Queen of Pentacles. When the queens come through, I don't read it as him, but someone assisting him. Now, the kings could be aspects of him. So Anyway, with the oh, kitty time. Hello out there. I have such a list of names. It's like this thick already, you guys. I'm gonna try and do it as soon as I can. So anyway, with the I'm gonna try and do that video for them. But with the death card reversed, he's stuck, right? He's in survival issues, control issues. He won't change. He just won't make any changes. So therefore he can't move forward. And he's really unable to move forward. So maybe this has to do with the fact that he can't move forward in any type of relationship with Melania. But also, if he goes forward with anything to help out what's-her-face, Ghislaine Maxwell, he is going to be facing major problems there. And then maybe Caroline Levitt can't even help him with what she needs to do to fulfill her job. And Susie Wiles is probably just looking at her lap like, what? Because I don't think she puts up with him much. Ooh, okay. More nervous system issues with so evening. We have the star card reversed and the Two of Wands. So with the star card, this tells me, well, it's the circulatory system and the nervous system, but also, legs and ankles, because that's the Aquarian rulership of the body. So, but when it comes to health, and this card comes through, it's very possible that there's spasms going on, maybe even a seizure. He's definitely feeling under the weather. These are terrible cards. So, okay, and then with the Two of Wands, it's upright, but this to me is just, he's thinking about the future and what do I do kind of a thing, If I just had a bad card flop and it was supposed to be reversed, then this would be a card of accidents. But I think he's thinking about survival. I mean, Mars and Aries is like, see all the red? That relates to the blood, life force, blood. Aries are usually pretty strong. But, I don't know. Maybe he's like, I can't see my ankles anymore. Oh my God. Ooh, okay. So, wow. For the middle of the night, the Page of Cups is our card for anything below the belt, It could just be that he gets some bad news. Maybe in the middle of the night he's waking up with dreams about his childhood, and that very, very, I'm sure he was traumatized, but that's, I mean, we choose our parents for reasons, right? To help us come, get into touch with something that isn't in alignment with our real self and with our higher self, and when it's a bad childhood. But I don't know, I think he's probably a lot like his dad and crazy like his mom, so that's what he gets. But this is codependency, this is moody, this is passive aggression, this is possible news about sexual abuse. And so if that's the case, and this is Ghislaine Maxwell up here, he might be waking up in the middle of the night going, oh, she's going to be the end of me, even though she won't say anything about him. But there's so much out of the news and no one's forgetting about it, and they're calling out the fact that her testimony with Todd Blanche, or her interview, is just ludicrous to think that any of that is true. So anyway, 5 of It gets even better, you guys, with this Five of Wands reverse, because this is our card for impotence. You add these two together, yeah. And problems with his heart and chronic fatigue. Now, it's the middle of the night, so the fact that these cards are here just tells me that he's not sleeping. These aren't peaceful cards. Probably he's having, ankle and leg problems that keep him up with some pain, and maybe heart palpitations. The blood flow isn't circulating, We have 3 cup cards here. Okay, let's see what was at the bottom for the foundation for the whole day. Again, another cups, with the Knight of Cups. And, okay. So, when this guy comes through, when the Emperor comes through, for me, it's either, because, it's the dad card. The Empress is the mom, this is the dad. When it comes through upright or reversed, I read it as his dad, but also Vladdy Daddy. And so maybe all day long there's some kind of an invitation, or maybe what's on his mind is an invitation to talk to Putin. And he's, that could be like the nightmare for him, because he knows he's owned, right? He's owned and he's obliged. So, yeah. Now, sticking with just the health meanings, though, with the Knight of Cups, this has to do with the lymphatic system again. Okay, exhaustion if it were reversed, or hidden addictions if it were reversed. We know he has hidden addictions. We know he's already exhausted. And so, yeah, let's just pretend that was reversed too. With the, what do you call the Emperor here, coming through reversed, this is major fights, and there could even be an injury to his body that he's hiding, because it's our card for injuries and war and fights and struggles and anger. I mean, we've got that, but with 2 cards here, it's a tremendous amount of wands and water energy. There's here we just have, there's two in air, 3 in air. The rest, only 1 grounded, but it's not him. And the rest is, water. That's water and fire. Huh. Okay. So, but anywho, with the Emperor reversed, it rules. So it's all about, trying to control something and to have like domination, right? But when it comes to health, this is rigidity in the body and in the blood and the muscles, just the whole, the ability for the heart to pump the blood through the body and have healthy blood. No, because of his, kidney problems. And, and it does rule the upper jaw too. So that with all that tension and lack of blood flow, that would make sense as to why he has a headache or a migraine in the morning. That constricted blood flow, and so okay, well that's it for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful Wednesday. Take good care. I'll be live tomorrow at noon if you want to join me, noon Pacific time. I'd love to have you there with me. Okay, bye.